Like, your integrity is everything in business. And if they don't trust you, like, trust is the biggest thing. If they see that you're doing before and afters and the after picture has a filter, right? Like, it's little things like that that makes them think, And if they're thinking, they're not going to reach out. They're not going to want to buy. So when you can build that know, like, and trust, that's what's going to get people to actually reach out and say, hey, I'm interested in that thing that you have.
Today, we're diving deep into the psychology behind successful sales strategies in network marketing. Understand the why to master the how. In this episode, we'll uncover the psychological principles that drive sales success in network marketing and how you can apply them to skyrocket your results. As we go through these insights, think about how you can apply these principles in your strategy. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button. All right, so let's break down the psychology behind effective sales techniques in network marketing.
So the first thing is you have to give before you get. The law of reciprocity is just that exactly. A law, right? Like, you've got to give value or you're going to come off as a salesy weirdo. That's just the bottom line, right? And so it's important to focus on the value and what you can give first. Anything on social media or even in general, even if you're building traditionally, which I know we don't love to talk about a ton, right?
Yep.
But you've got to have value. Your income is directly related to the value you bring to the market. That's just how it works in anything. So that's the first thing, value always first.
Well, and the thing is people want to do business. They want to buy from people or brands that they know, like, and trust. Like, your integrity is everything in business. And if they don't trust you, like, trust is the biggest thing. If they see that, you're doing before and afters and the after picture has a filter, right? Like, it's little things like that that makes them think, And if they're thinking, they're not going to reach out. They're not going to want to buy. So when you can build that know, like, and trust, that's what's going to get people to actually reach out and say, hey, I'm interested in that thing that you have, or hey, I want to join you in this business. It's like, we're being real from the get-go. We're letting people into our lives, sharing what really is working about whatever it is that we're promoting. And it's that realness and that authenticity that builds the trust, builds the connection, so that they're willing to join you or buy from you.
And part of the way of building the like is empathy. Because empathy is key to actually, letting your customers, letting your prospects, letting the people that you're speaking to know that you understand where they're at. Okay, and we often say this: use the feel, felt, found. I feel it. I feel and understand exactly where you're at. Here's what I felt when I was there, and here's what I found. But when you can relate to the mindset and say, I hear you, I get where you're at, and here's how, here's what I found when I was there too. It's going to build that connection, build that like, and build the know, like, and trust way faster when you can connect with whatever it is that they're struggling with, which is usually up here.
Yeah.
90%.
Yeah, and although we talk about sales here, that's actually one of the biggest mistakes when network marketers do is jump into sales right away. And what we teach to our students, the first step you need to have is build the right audience. Not everyone is your prospect. So stop chasing everyone, and I usually add, and their grandma. They're not they're not people that's going to help you to build your business. So right audience is a key. And the second step is having influence over that audience. Again, a lot of people mistaken influence for manipulating people to make decision that's favorable to you, right? We all want to make commissions. So I will do my best so these people like my things and buy my stuff just so I can make a commission. So influence actually helping the other person make the decision that's best for them. And I think I've shared that example in the past. You walk into the hardware store and you want to buy a lawnmower, right? One salesperson will point you to the most expensive thing that they're going to make the most profit of without asking you what kind of lawn you have and what is it that you're actually looking for. And you will end up buying that thing, going into some kind of whatever interest payments, 30-year
30-year payment lawnmower.
what I call it, 30-year guilt-free financing.
Yeah.
Right, and you will walk out of the store thinking, what the hell did I just do, right? I don't even need this giant zero-turn whatever. I just needed some eco-friendly whatever for my 4x4 grass patch.
I'm going to drive this thing out. Lawn's mowed, back up.
So that was manipulating, and actually influencing is providing the right information so people can make decisions based on what they want, right? And in this case, the store could have not even make a sale. And actually, I once came to Lowe's and they told me, if you want really good stuff, you ain't gonna find it here. And they said, I'm not supposed to tell you, go and buy it from somewhere else, but these are the best people for this type of product, right? Although they didn't make money right away, but what it did, it built that trust. And although I went and bought whatever it was from the other store, I came back to that same store because I know they have the best people to help me in my next project.
Yeah.
So this is influence.
That's the guy that sold me my washing machine. He was like,
Wait, the
listen.
lawnmower guy?
No, that's his lawnmower guy. I have a washing machine guy. And he sold like these certain things. And there was one that wasn't in the store. It was like a Black Friday or whatever, they had sold out. And he was like, listen, I can't get this in, but you can go to Home Depot and you can get it. And that's what I would recommend. So even though I didn't buy my washing machine from him, I immediately turned around and I went and bought my couch. I bought, because we had just...
Because he told you the truth.
He had told us the truth. We continue to go back to that guy at that store because I know that he's not going to sell me junk, right? It's that trust that he built with me in that moment that I will continue to go back to him time and time again because I know he's not going to steer me wrong.
Yeah.
Well, and if you think about like just people in life that you follow online, or celebrities or musicians, right? Like, and you start to, okay, I know when their birthday is. I know when all these things. Did you know that like so-and-so likes this? Like, I'm going to go buy that because they like it, right? So that
Taylor Swift's Super Bowl outfit. $695 jeans sold out because Taylor Swift was wearing them.
Yeah. So that is but that's the influence over an audience or a following that you're creating online, and it's not being deceitful, and it's not like what you were saying. It is when people get to know who you really are, and you're sharing value, whether it's you've dropped some words of wisdom that day and it landed on people that whatever they're feeling more and more connected to you. Then you're showing who you really are, and that. I go to this store, I buy these things. And so then when people are more bought into you as a human, that is where, like you said, the influence happens. And so when you're like, oh my gosh, you guys, I've got a new thing on my favorite list. It's blah, blah, blah. Everyone's going to go out and buy it because they're like, she bought it and she bought it. Like, oh my gosh. And those are the people. Like, we know them, we like them, we trust that if they're going to be buy a product and put their name behind something,
must be good.
It must be good. So that's where the whole influence piece happens, and you don't have to be Taylor Swift to create that with your own following. Everybody can create their own tribe of their own people who like, know, and trust them for their own uniqueness. And those things. So
and expect it to take time. It's not
Not
something
going to happen overnight.
It's not going to happen overnight. When if you've never been one to try to grow that audience or build influence, it's going to take a little bit of time. Just trust the process, especially if you're using like influence marketing and you're learning from the right people. Trust the process. Know that if you continue to be authentic, vulnerable, share from your heart, right? And you're building that trust along the way. Some people will trust you immediately. There's going to be other people that it takes time because they've been burned in the past, whatever that may be. Just know that it's not like it's going to happen overnight thing. It takes time.
It's not 2-day shipping. Like
Yep.
No, and I think
Nope.
so often, when network marketers are building on social media, they think that the only thing that they're going to be promoting is their products. Okay, their products and their opportunity. you're promoting yourself. And you may find something when we talk about adding value to your audience's lives. You may find something, you guys, like you were just saying right now. I just found this awesome deal wherever. Or have you tried this recipe? Adding value that's going to help your perfect prospects, whether it is completely unrelated to it's going to build that know, like, and trust way faster, just because you're showing them hacks and tips. Maybe you're a mom, maybe you've got 6 kids, and like, here's a hack to meal prep, for the week or whatever. Mm-hmm. You may not be in kitchenware, but your perfect prospect is also a mom, and when you can add the value. And this is a stat squirrel moment. I know I've gone completely, I've completely gone off the books. But it's not always about your product and your opportunity. It's about knowing who your perfect prospect is and adding the value to their lives that they may be searching for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just really serving other human beings.
Serve them without a hidden agenda.
Where they are. I mean, I have an example of this. I have a gal that I met that. She reached out in Messenger or whatever, and she's like, "Hey, can we jump on a call?" And normally, I would ask more qualifying questions, but I think I had someone cancel that day or something, and so I'm like, you know what? I actually have an opening. Let's just jump on and chat, right? Like, I'd love to meet you in person anyway. Anyway, I ended up that she just needed a human. Like, she didn't need products. She didn't need a business. She actually just needed a human.
Yeah.
So, like, to just make that connection.
I had a patient like that. In fact, I had a couple of patients like that. This has been the bad old days of being a dentist. And there was one I remember in particular, and her husband had died, and she used to make an appointment and come and see me every couple of weeks. She was coming to talk.
She just needed a
She
human.
needed a friend. She needed somebody to talk to. Squirrel moment. But yeah, it's taking that hidden agenda away. And thinking, how can I best serve my audience?
Understanding and applying these psychological principles can greatly enhance your effectiveness in network marketing sales. It's about creating genuine connections, building trust, and understanding the needs and motivations of your customers. If you're ready to discover the secrets to social selling and attract high-quality prospects, check out our Social Recruiting Secrets course, linked in the description below. You say trust?
I said trust. Oh. That's my point that I'm supposed to say. Oh, first post.
Cha-ching!